Oh my goodness, we are live at the Big Festoon. This isn't just any normal conference, this is a show. If you truly want to be a business that is out there, that is going up, is growing, is a bit weird, wacky, and actually embraces all of that about yourself, the Big Festoon is something for you. We're going to give you a glimpse inside, and don't worry, we're going to tell you how you can be at the next one. Closed mouths don't get fed, and there is not a closed mouth in this room, I can guarantee it. It's a wrap. Hello and welcome to the Big Festoon October Spooktacular 2025. I am joined by the wonderful Phil. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, good.
Welcome into the studio. Tell everyone who you are and what you do then, Phil.
Okay, so I'm Phil Anderton. I was the founder of a company called ADHD 360, which has grown to be one of the world's largest ADHD clinics.
Wow.
Proudly, 450 staff, and we'll assess over 3,000 new patients every month.
Every month
across the UK.
Wow.
Just come off stage here. We did a live edition of our TV programme, ADHD Beyond the Label, which we interviewed Ore Adubu, and he's a well-known TV personality, winner of Strictly, and so straight off there to here.
Well, now I feel a bit like, oh my gosh. So I saw you also bringing over a prop with you. Are you going to tell us what this prop is?
Proudly, yes, now that you've given me the opportunity. So the world of ADHD is very misunderstood. And John Reynolds and I, my co-presenter on the TV programme, we're on a mission to change the narrative, remove any shame of being neurodivergent. So what we've done, connected to the TV programme, together with Natasha Davis and Frankie James, we've hit on an awful lot of good people who have ADHD, have got a story to tell, and we've captured their stories. So the book is literally full of loads of different people's stories about their ADHD and their success. You know, we have to deal with the negative, the impairment, and those kind of symptoms to be diagnostically sound. But of course, that doesn't mean that you're just a list of symptoms. You're a human being who can overcome challenges, be really successful, especially entrepreneurial, which the book brings out. So that's what the book's all about.
So does the TV show do the same thing? It brings people in to tell their story?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's incredible.
We go out every Saturday morning on Sky, on Bloomberg Television, through Sky, 9 o'clock on a Saturday morning, without fail. And we record about 6 weeks ahead. Yeah. And we've had some great people, you know. We've had staff from 360. We've had right through to the likes of Heston Blumenthal and Ore have been on. And we've got some other big hitters lined up. It's quite exciting. Yeah,
it's really exciting. And I'm guessing that from an audience perspective, what that's doing is it's giving people to relate to. Because we all look at these people on TV and think, oh, how can I do that? Or how can I be in that? But hearing their story with their neurodiversity, it all of a sudden goes, I can do that.
And that's the point. You know, we talk about what you can't do, what you can't do. Put down, schools put me down, I've got low self-esteem. The TV programme's about hope, you know, overcome challenge, overcome adversity, crack on, make things happen, and these great people have gone before you. So lots of big, multi-million pound entrepreneurs who at school didn't fit in, didn't get anywhere at school, the usual pattern, but they've overcome it, and we know it's inspiring people. You know, I got an email at 18 minutes past 3 today from a lady saying, I'm in my 50s, just about to lose my home because I can't manage my money and debt. Yet she was a director of a very successful company. Her ADHD has just stepped into her life. Yeah. She's destroyed her debt, money management through debt. She's going to lose her house. But she said, I saw the TV programme and I'm really motivated and I'm going to change my life.
And see how to... And there's tools and ways in which people to connect with?
Yeah, excuse me, we're not out there to teach people. We're out there to give people empathy and hope, demonstrate our empathy, give them hope. But inevitably, when you hear what someone else has done, you'll pick that up and start to think, well, can I, should I? And there's a lot of that lifelong learning coming through.
So what's the journey someone would have with ADHD 360 then? knock on the door and say, help me, I think I need a diagnosis, and then...
And then, we're down at the booth down here, we've got a screening tool. And that's the first stage for anyone, is to use a validated screening tool. People are doing that. 18 very straightforward questions, but it's an internationally validated tool, and that tells you whether you're likely to have ADHD. Then you go forward, give us loads of information. We're very data rich for the individual, and then you have an hour and a half with a clinician, and that clinician goes through a semi-structured interview, looks at the data, looks at the screening, looks at what they've seen in clinic with you, observing you whilst answering, and then we'll know.
And what does that then lead to? Because what we're seeing is obviously people get, and I'll say this in quotation marks, like labelled ADHD, but then what? So I've now got a label.
Yeah, it's a great question. And there used to be a strong argument that said medication. And medication works for ADHD. It's a significant instrument to help somebody overcome some of those deficits. But the first stage is better and more appealing, more relevant self-awareness. So that's why I did that.
Yeah.
That's why I struggle with that. That's why I enjoy doing that, because now I understand. So any reading, any listening to podcasts or looking at other media, you're now doing with a slightly different purpose, because you now know a little bit more about yourself.
Yeah.
So the first part is starting off on that self-awareness journey. And then, of course, if you're in a relationship or you've got children or work colleagues, if they understand why you are like you are, and we can sit down then and have an intelligent conversation, we then get a more empathetic environment around us. So before we've even talked about medication, we're on a positive trip. Yeah. We're on a journey of health and well-being right from the get-go. And then, of course, medication's there to be talked about. It's incredibly effective. And for most of our patients, it's night and day, on meds, off meds. Couple that with that awareness, and then throw in some therapy and some coaching, you've got a complete mix. And it's not called ADHD 360 for nothing. It goes right round the whole dial and comes back to the start.
That's amazing. And I mean, we're very fortunate. Danny's very open about her life, and she's been talking about her own ADHD journey. And what really kind of shook me about her journey was she's always sort of said, I say always, I've only known around Danny really for the last year, but prior to her diagnosis, she sort of said probably ADHD, all these self-diagnosed ADHD. Then finding out, she went through a grief process, and it took me a while to realise why. And someone else sort of said to me when I asked the question, because you're you're grieving an old part of yourself.
Yeah, there's a well-established model for that, the Kubler-Ross curve, and you go through a pink cloud of, wow, yes, I now know, and then you turn and think, what could I have been? Who could have helped me, and why didn't they?
Right.
And more the grief part is, I would suggest, less than being about loss. It's about what could have been, and mourning the opportunities missed, and then as you come back down and that starts to plateau and lift again, it's our job working with the patient to sort of think, right, how can we lift that back up? What new opportunities, better opportunities to actually achieve your potential and go and be your best self? And that's the gift the assessment process gives anybody.
Amazing. Phil, thank you so much. What channel on Sky, or how can we...
Bloomberg TV.
Bloomberg TV, right.
And then it's on our YouTube, it's on our website, and it's on Spotify.
Great. We're going to grab all those details from you and the team, put them in the show notes below. Because ultimately as well, it's not just about those that have ADHD or believe they've got ADHD, but like you say, it's educating everyone around it as well to be able to work together and live a more cohesive life together as well. So check it out. And
we should just, as a final note, being different isn't a bad thing.
God, no.
Being different is what makes us all tick, isn't it?
It's absolutely the best thing.
So don't be frightened to be different. There's no shame, and let's work together to change the narrative.
Amazing. Phil, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Rachel. Thanks very much.